Oh.
Hello.
Yeah, you can say hello now. We started.
It only took us several tries.
Don't worry about it. If anything breaks in here, I know you'll fix it.
That's right, because my name is Fix-It Felix after all.
It's very true. Alright, hold on.
Do you think Fix-It Felix or Bob the Builder is the superior repairman?
I mean, Bob the Builder has, like, magical talking cars and shit.
You're right.
I don't think that Fix-It Felix has any of those. Also, I'm taking way too much damage. Wow. Okay.
So in the DOOMineko setting, that makes Bob the Builder Beatrice.
Uh-huh.
And what does that make Fix-It Felix?
Like Ronave, I guess?
Yeah, that seems to make sense.
What's happened now? Oh, I ran out of ammo.
Oh, you're right, because he has the evil best friend.
Yeah, totally. He is the Ronave of my heart. And of... Disney? Disney made that movie, right?
I don't know.
It wasn't Pixar, was it? I don't know anymore. I don't know who's who.
Well,
I'm assuming it's Disney.
It's Disney,
well,
Pixar,
it must be.
And DreamWorks is the other one, yeah.
DreamWorks, sorry, yeah. Yeah, because they must be. It must be Disney because they had the Disney princess gag in all the trailers for the second movie.
Oh, you're quite
they're
right.
Like, have you been rescued from a tower? Is sick for a very long time or asleep for a very long time, and they go through all the different princesses. Like, do you sing to animals? And she's like, nah, I don't do any of that shit. But I ain't a princess or whatever. And it's a good yoke, I think. I haven't seen that movie. I just assume it was a good yoke.
Yeah, I
feel like everywhere.
I feel like it's one of those jokes that was probably in the trailer because it was one of the few good ones in the movie.
I would imagine so. Yes. I mean, that's the job of an advertiser, after all, is to fund only the good bits. Well, put that in the trailers, and then you're set.
I can't remember where I watched the documentary that gave me this particular piece of information. But
fudge.
I do find it kind of strange that, like, you know, cinema advertising and trailers and stuff are all done out of house.
Right.
Like, it's all, they send all of the footage off to a third-party company who then makes a trailer of their own. Yeah. It's not, there's little to no creative direction from the actual creative team behind the project in the ads that we see for movies.
It's very interesting because you'd imagine that would create a trailer that has no real connection to the original piece, right?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I can't think of examples off the top of my head, but I'm sure that's happened before. I'm sure that's a thing that, like, that exists. Like, a trailer that has been totally misrepresentative of the... I mean, most of them are misrepresentative of the final product, but, you know, like I've watched that new Frozen movie has a trailer that looks like an action flick more than a Disney movie, and I wonder, like, is that intentional? Is that, like, just a weird, you know, advertising company that's gotten hold of it? You know, what's happening there?
Yeah, I think the other interesting example recently was all of the, like, Deadpool viral marketing stuff.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
That was obviously done very hand-in-hand with the original production team.
Yeah.
I do wonder whether that creative direction was still from the original production team.
Yeah, whether it was a different, like, production team, but they still had, you know, Deadpool. What's his name? What's the actor's name?
Deadpool?
Yeah, basically. They had Deadpool on the set, and, I mean, he basically is Deadpool, let's be real. The good Deadpool. He's the good Deadpool.
He's the same Deadpool.
I know.
He was also the bad Deadpool.
I know he was. It doesn't matter.
Could you imagine?
He's also the Green Lantern.
Getting that role as an actor, having it just destroyed by the writing.
Oh yeah, and then you get it again.
It back around.
Dude, that's
to become
the dream.
One of the most beloved characters.
That's the fucking dream, isn't it? Like, I fucked up the first time, or someone else fucked up the first time, and now I'm gonna make it work. I love that. But like, because usually that kills any chances if you like. They're like, oh, it was the actor's fault. It's so that we won't put them in again because we don't want people associating ourselves with the old Deadpool. But he was just. It wasn't his fault. Right?
I do wonder if the, like, one spiel up the elevator that he had in... Is it...
Oh, yeah.
Is it... Which fucking movie was it?
No, it's Wolverine. It's
X-Men Origins Wolverine, yes.
Origins? I don't even know if the word Orange was in there, but yeah, it's the Wolverine.
X-Men Oranges.
Oranges Wolverine. Blood Orange Wolverine.
Yes,
yeah,
because it's been stripped from the canon now, supposedly.
It has been,
justifiably
so.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
I
thought it was kind of cool, though, like with the bone claws.
I still love that movie for what it did well.
What did it do well?
It shot about 5 kilometers from where we're filming right now.
Okay,
If we step outside the front door of this building, we can see where they filmed some of the action sequences.
I see. We should have a look. We should take some pictures. and like bring him on later on so we can talk about how cinematic that location is. Did they have the big tower where Deadpool shot his laser beam through the walls and it like sauteed it or whatever?
What, here?
Yeah, the like big building, and they like Deadpool like he spun his eye. Remember, he got his head cut off, and his head like flew around. And all the laser beams like shot the facility in half. Do you remember that?
Talking about nuclear exhaust towers in Sydney is bound to get you excommunicated.
Oh, you're right. We can't talk about nuclear power here. It's just it's illegal. That's what I hear. Ah, fuck this room. All right, here we go. Now, apparently, the blue truth is the way to go with this encounter with the goats. That's what Slags told me, and I assume he's the expert. But I don't actually have a lot of ammo for the blue truth.
Well, just one hit kill them all. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be easy. It's not good that I just took a hit there, but that's okay. All right, so.
I feel like the best way to do this is like old school COD Zombies style, where you just run them in a line. Yeah. In a circle.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, but they come from all directions, and we're in the middle.
Well, you
they
gotta
come
herd
from
them
all
up.
four directions, except for behind
them
us. I don't know that will work, dude. I feel like they don't collapse on top of each other. Anyway, we'll see what we can do.
You'll see what you can do.
Thank you.
I'll also
You'll look on and just be like, I could do this better than you because I'm Felix, and I'm so much better at video games than you.
It is.
Here we go.
Perhaps the untruest thing that's ever been said.
Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can. Wrong button! I went in with a chainsaw!
The grabby hands!
Yeah, I'm done. There's a bunch of health in there, though. I reckon if I can cut through them with the chainsaw and then turn around and blue truth them, I think that's what I'm gonna do next time. Which is, we're not doing next time now, but that's what we're gonna do next time. Alright, here we go.
Well, this time is the case, maybe.
Yeah, it's this time. Because we've moved on from this time to this time. So we are in next time, you see. Yeah. Speaking of weird movie shit.
Weird movie shit?
Yeah. I've been watching a series that I haven't watched in a long ass time, but it's still good.
Yes.
It's called The Critic. And it stars Jay Sherman. And it's very kind of, I don't know what the genre is called, but it's the like balding man in America, lower class, and everyone shits on him, and that's the show. It's like The Simpsons, it's like Family Guy, it's like all those other animated shows with that kind of general premise, except that he's a film critic.
And you think this is a genre?
I mean, I don't know if genre is the right word, but it's certainly a type of show. I don't know what it's called, but it's definitely a type of show. But he's a little bit like higher up than like working class. You can kind of justifiably hate him a little bit more. Which is fun. And yeah, the whole show is that he's a critic and he just hates every movie except for foreign films. And of course that's one of the jokes in the show, because that's just his thing. It's one of the jokes where his boss is like, alright, I want you to make people like you more. He's like, well, I've come up with a great idea. I'm gonna do this show and I'm gonna talk about the movies that I love. And he starts handing the script over. And then his boss is like...
The entire script is just in French.
Exactly. His boss is like, as long as none of them stupid foreign films that nobody can understand shit with subtitles. And then he takes the script back and like rips it up in half and then half again. And then there's one tiny little bit of paper and he hands it over and it's like some like, it's just this one film that he can think of that he likes that isn't a foreign film. And it's poking fun at like, what do critics even like these days? Just that weird foreign shit. And yeah, it's fun. It's a fun show. I really like the way that Jay Sherman, that's the critic, is written. And I think the only thing that really puts me off about it is a lot of the humor is about specific actors. Like, I guess they're American actors, and the joke is that they exist. Like, there's this one joke where his mother, who like, her whole thing is that she's like emotionally distant. I wonder if I'm supposed to hit that side or not that side or some shit. Anyway. She's emotionally distant, she's like had her tear ducts removed and all that crap. And she's like, I once fantasized about a man once, it was... And then she puts an actor's name in and then she gets this like worried look on her face and says, oh no, it was this other actor. And I don't know who either of those actors are, I can't remember their names, but that's the joke. It's just, oh, it wasn't this actor, it was this other actor I was thinking of. And that's like half the jokes are just that.
I mean, you could argue that so are my jokes.
I guess so. Like, they're very specific, but there isn't like an audible pause after most of your like specific like reference jokes.
Right.
I guess like a lot of that time in the critic, there's like there's an obvious punchline. Like this is when you're supposed to laugh, I suppose. What the fuck just happened? I just hit the button and I died. Did someone shoot me? I guess they must have. Oh, anyway. Yeah, so I'm still enjoying it, but like a lot of it is just like I don't understand what this is referring to. It's fun though. There's a really like Australian actor, and the whole joke is that he's like just the only reason he gets anywhere is because he's an incredibly attractive man, and that's his whole thing, and it's great because there's this one episode where he stars in a movie. He rides an entire army of kangaroos over the desert to like I think it's to kill Osama bin Laden. I don't remember exactly, but it's a really great clip. There are a lot of really great like one-off like cutaway gags and things like that. Some of my favorite are the ones where they parody specific movies. So there's one where they do Alien, and the alien like reaches forward and it sticks its little mouth out, and then it kisses Ripley on the cheek, and then it gets framed by this like cartoon like love heart. G. Sherman just says it stinks because of course it does.
Yeah. As it would if that was the starring moment.
Yeah, it's really good. There's a whole episode that centers around his boss tries to remake every old film except give it a happy ending, and he calls it Philip's Vision. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a reference to something, but yeah, it's good. Anyway, yeah, I just want to mention that because The Critic is one of those old shows that I think still holds up to some degree, although the second season is not as good. I don't know, do you watch any like old-ass shows that are still good?
I mean, we've spoken about Star Trek before.
Yeah!
I do watch that. Other than that, I don't. Good. I think one thing that I noticed when I did, like, I went to try go back and watch like some old comedy shows.
Yeah.
Like Seinfeld, for example.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like, a lot of those jokes have, like, not aged well. And I think I've raised this before. But they've not aged well for a kind of peculiar reason.
Yeah.
In that the reason that they were funny is, like, it kind of has an opposite context.
Okay.
Like, the whole thing with Seinfeld is that they're, like, all just terrible people.
They're all assholes.
That's what you're laughing at.
It's great. Yeah? Why?
But, like, you know, I was watching it through with my sister, and she's like, well, this isn't funny. They're just assholes. And I'm like...
That's the joke.
Yes, that's the joke, but I also agree.
Yeah, like, that sort of humor is very kind of... It's very basic, I suppose. Although it's often called, like... You know, the beginning of the comedy on the TV comedy series, that sort of thing. I've certainly heard it described that way. Not me, though.
I mean, I guess that's one of the things with, like, things like Brooklyn Nine-Nine that a lot of people love about it, is that it's still, like, you know, a good TV comedy while still being, you know, ultimately a pretty positive show. Right,
yeah, because Seinfeld, spoilers, ends with them all going to prison, which is great, because that's what they all deserve. It's a very cathartic ending, but yeah, there isn't really, like, there's barely a moral in most of the episodes. There's barely anything to kind of, to latch onto in that regard. It's just, they do shitty things, and then it eventually is resolved one way or the other.
Yeah.
Usually with someone screaming at the end. Kramer, usually. Yeah, I mean, it's a good show, though. Like, I really enjoy watching it on occasion, but I would not binge watch it or anything like that. I wouldn't sit down and devote a lot of my time to it. I'd just be like, oh yeah, this is a favorite episode that I remember, like, enjoying. I'm gonna watch that, and then that'd be it.
Yeah, I do wonder if it's also, like, because I didn't really grow up on, like, you know, Simpsons, Family Guy type stuff.
Really?
Like,
interesting.
If that's why I don't enjoy shows like that as much, just because I'm not as fond of the style of humor.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Because I definitely grew up on The Simpsons. Every day, every afternoon at 6 o'clock, it was The Simpsons is happening. So get your butt in the dinner chair and eat dinner while you watch The Simpsons. And that was our evenings. And of course the mornings were get up way earlier than I needed to, because we had to leave at like 9. But I'd get up at 6 to watch my cartoons. And I always used to know exactly what was going to be on at what time, because I just do it every day.
I feel like every time I see one of those memes that's like, if you didn't do this, you didn't have a childhood. I'm like, I guess I don't then.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, dude. It's like, everyone has their own subjective experiences and all that crap. So, you know, whatever, dude.
I mean, it's one of the reasons that, like, a lot of the content I produce for one of the radio shows I work on is, like, all science-y stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's, like, what I remember most fondly growing up is watching shows like the ABC's Catalyst.
Catalyst?
Yes.
I don't even know what that is.
It's kind of a science variety show. They basically just get on and interview various academics about what's happening in science and new research and stuff. Sometimes it verges on, like, being a parody of itself, where they're like, we took these 10 people and gave some of them this fitness routine and others this fitness routine. And wow, look at these shocking results. And you're like,
look at the difference.
But they're doing more exercise, of course. Of course, that's what happened.
Yeah, the answer should be obvious by the context. Yeah, that's alright. I don't know. I remember watching, like, Survivor, I guess. I didn't really watch a lot of cerebral stuff as a kid. Alright, let's give this something a go. Speaking of cerebral, here we go! Ah! I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it.
Well, it's going better than you have been.
Is it? I guess so.
Well, until then, you had a net gain in health, and then it just collapsed
and then
quickly.
This is very, I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing here, because I've been told, as I said, Blue Truth, but I have like 20 shots, and I don't know where to get more plasma ammo. There might be a secret somewhere that has some ammo for that.
Maybe.
I might have to message Slag and be like, yo, shit's too hard, help me.
Is Slag just our cheat code, our console?
Because technically, like, we've never cheated in this series, like, never ever, but if we had to cheat, we'd use Slag, is all I'm saying. Love you, Slag. Love you, Slag.
We love you, Slag. The other thing that happened with us, we were speaking about last week on the show, this radio thing we've been working on.
That doesn't seem important.
We made a pilot of it. We showed it to a bunch of people. We showed it to an academic.
I was gonna say academics.
A real academic.
Real actual people that matter. She had like appointments and shit to get to. It was like a real person. It was great.
Also a really great friend and mentor.
Not mine, but yours.
Mine.
So, you know,
yes.
It's fine. I'm her friend by association, I suppose.
You are now.
Yay!
It's kind of great. She, like, a lot of the projects that I handed in when I was, like, doing uni stuff for her, like, featured Ben as various cutaways.
Oh, yeah.
And she'd always be like, oh, we don't really need this other voice in, and I'd be like, okay. Sorry, Ben.
I guess you could have had fame, but my friend tells me to take you out of my work, so whatever. It's fine. But, it's pretty rude of her, honestly.
Yeah, it was really interesting getting a like professional third opinion on the pilot.
Yeah.
The person we were originally working with on the pilot, who we still are working with on the pilot, is you know, clearly used to trying to teach people how to do radio type stuff.
Yep.
As opposed to like properly flesh out ideas.
Yeah. Which is what we really, I think, what we needed.
Yeah.
Going forward.
So it was really good getting the more academic approach to it, and particularly just like when she stopped 20 minutes in and was like, I'm not going to listen to the rest of this because I know what it's going to be.
Yeah, like I'm already getting bored.
Yeah. Because it's one of these interesting things where I feel like the style of content that we make is very much catered to the like, I guess the Twitch generation is probably the most succinct way I could say it.
I guess so,
where people are like willing to stick around for a long time and just like watch what happens in the present tense.
Well, yeah, of course. Like something that we've talked about a lot is about how radio is very much focused on like having people drop in and drop out. Like there are, you know, there is going to be a recording of it and like, or like a podcast or whatever of our radio show, but we very much have to think of the idea that anyone could just drop in at any moment and know exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right? Which, to be fair, in the Twitch mode, if you look at someone playing a game and you've played the game before, you might have a grasp on what's going on.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about some obscure mystery novel from 100 years ago, it might be a little bit more difficult.
So what is this artwork on the pillars? I've never seen that before.
This one? No,
that one.
Is Battler and Beatrice they're in the love chair, except that she's all like sad and depressed, I think. So you know.
Beautiful.
Good on her. Alright, what was I doing?
You were getting secrets.
Getting some armor, because this is a good thing to have. I'm just not sure how to do this bit. That's right. I'll figure it out. If not this episode, the next episode. I'll definitely figure something out.
We'll definitely figure something out eventually when we figure it out.
We will. That's how life works, dude. That's how I've lived my life for years, and look where it's gotten me.
Yeah.
Hey, quit shooting at me!
But of course, the other challenge for us in presenting our content in a radio-type format, like especially where we're not just reading the whole book out, because that's never going to fly on radio, is like not losing the people that join in, you know, later on, and also like trying to keep it moving without also losing the like actual, you know, detailed discussion that we typically favor. Yeah,
we've kind of been trying to restructure the whole thing, because originally it was just a half hour and we kind of talk about the novel in the same way we do a recap. Like a recap for DOOMineko, but that doesn't really work, because as we said, that the lovely academic read it or listened to it and was like, this is boring, you can't just do this for half an hour, people are gonna tune out, just what's gonna happen. So we've had to kind of break it up into 3 distinct sections. So we've only got 10 minutes to talk about the whole book or whatever part of the book we're talking about. And then 10 minutes we're going to bring on someone else to talk about it with us. But that'll probably be mostly tangential. And then the other 10 minutes is going to be us fighting. Which is, you know, what we're best at. So
with swords.
With actual swords. I'm going to be Sulu. I'm going to come in topless. And I'm going to fight you with my rapier. It's going to be great.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't a rapier, but...
Rapier. I don't remember. I don't remember what kind of weapon it was, but it was a good weapon.
He does fencing. It's got to be an épée or a foil.
I don't even know what those are.
It was a saber.
It could have been a saber. You don't know. Saber's pretty cute, so I know. I'm just saying.
Is that a Fate reference?
It is a Fate reference. Thank you for getting my Fate reference, Felix.
I was just looking across at the saber on the far side of my room, like.
Yeah.
What?
What? Is it cute? Is that a thing? I wonder if the machine guns might... I just don't know. I wonder if I need to just... Because that door doesn't open, does it? I just wish I had more time to, like, gauge what's about to happen.
I mean, if there was any point we should save Scum, it would be now, but we're not going to.
No, we're not going to. That's part of the freaking playthrough. We waste as much of your time as possible. That's it. All right, let's try it again.
The explicit opposite of what we're trying to do on radio.
So I can't open this, can I? No. Alright.
Back yourself into a corner again, you goose.
I want to try this.
Not gonna work.
It might work.
You've done that so many times.
I don't normally do it with a chainsaw.
That was like literally how last episode ended.
No, it's not. It's not. No, we said we should use the chainsaw next episode. That's how the last one ended. God damn it.
I beg to differ.
I beg to differ. Go check that episode out, dudes.
I mean, listen, I trust you more because you're the one that edits it.
It's true. I'm the one who edits. I know everything. That's just how it be. It's just like the regular playthrough.
Is it?
I know everything and you know nothing. That's how it rolls.
Right.
That's how we roll. All right. Everyone knows that you were just a passive viewer whole way through DOOMineko, and I knew everything. Also, she just died from Chiesta shots. That was very inappropriate.
Incredible.
She went from controlling them.
Tell you the one idea that I got from someone we showed the pilot to. Was that we should do a top 5 or top 10 breakdown of various like murder mystery death methods.
Sounds amazing.
Like the top 5 poisonings.
As long as we can take deaths from outside of murder mysteries and make them as though they were murder mysteries somehow. For example, because the greatest death in anything other is the death of some lady in another, so I'm about to spoil that. She trips down the stairs, her umbrella opens up, and she skewers herself on the little like metal tip at the top of the umbrella. And it is like the dumbest, most amazing death in anything ever. And I haven't watched that show, I've only seen that death. And I don't need to see anything else, because I'm convinced that I've seen the highlight of that show.
Well, I mean, that's a perfect murder mystery death, because it seems impossible, but really, you know,
it's just physics.
That's just, it's just probability, right?
There you go.
If she fell down the stairs 1,000,000 times, she was guaranteed, probably, to...
Probability. Yep.
To... I just had a momentary aneurysm over that.
You're right? Do you need to see a doctor?
She was bound to eventually...
Do you need to see a doctor? I'm sure I could get one for you.
To eventually be impaled on that umbrella.
Oh, excellent.
So then we leave all the clues about, you know, here was where this weapon was and why this was positioned here and these footprints here, so that she was pushed down the stairs, right?
She was pushed by a ghost.
She was pushed down the stairs, and that's what we have to work out, and we have to come to the conclusion by, you know, a bunch of other red herrings that this is a case of probability. Right. Where it's not important that she was impaled on the umbrella. It's important that she fell down the stairs and the umbrella happened to be there.
Right. Well, there you go. Well, you know what I just figured out?
What?
These stairs appear when you kill the Wills, but not the Kasumis.
Right.
So when I died pressing the button that one time, it was because Kasumi shot me in the back.
Ah.
She's a real bitch.
And they're also semi-transparent.
She is!
Well, I suppose that's a bit of a tautology.
Nah, it's fine. I think it checks out. I think it
Actually,
checks
that's
out.
not a tautology, because translucent is the in-between word. Semi-translucent would be a tautology.
That would be, yes, absolutely. Semi-translucent. What does it even look like?
Well, it just looks translucent, that's why
It
it's
does,
a tautology.
yeah. It just doesn't matter. It's horseshit is what that is. Some actual horseshit.
Still on that.
I thought she was a corpse! But she was alive! It's okay, I guaranteed her death with the red truth.
Rose's character arc in a nutshell.
Yeah, I thought she was dead and then she was alive.
Yeah, because she was the culprit all along.
Oh shit! Rosatrice! Get out of my life!
I'm really disappointed that there is only Rosatrice.
What?
Like, that's the only other prevailing theory.
Look, I'm just saying, you all nerds on Hinamizawa and elsewhere, get on that shit. Get us some more culprit theories. Get us some wacky. Get us a Sakataro culprit theory. That's what I want to see. It's like the real good shit right there.
What, do you think Maria just ran around, like, giving her stuffed toy to people and...
Yeah, it had smallpox.
You know, not what I was going with, but I'll accept it.
I think it makes sense.
You can tear it apart with Nox's rules in the 100th chapter.
No, never. I think it was foreshadowed when Maria talked about how tired she was all the time. There you go. She's been carrying around this weird blanket, and it has an illness, and that's what killed everyone, and that's it. Done.
That sounds like a terrible murder mystery.
Dude, that's my murder mystery. Terrible, but, you know, poetic.
Well, how is that poetic?
You know what? I don't even know, dude. You have to figure it out yourself. That's half the fun of a murder mystery.
Of course, because poetry doesn't make any sense.
It's true. And also has to rhyme.
It doesn't.
It does.
It doesn't have to rhyme.
It does have to rhyme. That's the rules of poetry. It's like poetry, it rhymes. Anyway.
I'll tell you why it doesn't have to rhyme.
Why?
Because poetry can be anything you want it to be.
Oh, no. What does that even mean?
Nothing.
What does that even mean?
Alright, here we go.
Nothing, just like poetry.
Last attempt for this video.
Oh, God.
Don't heck it up.
I will try not to. Let me know if you have a better idea than everything else that I've tried so far.
First of all, get your weapons in order so you're not going to be bamboozled by switching to grabby hands.
But it doesn't switch immediately to the chainsaw. It switches the hands.
See, it just switched immediately to the chainsaw.
No, it didn't. I hit it twice.
I didn't see the hands come up.
There are no hands.
Oh,
see,
right.
It's just this. It's just nothing, and then there's hands.
Right. So you got your weapons in order. You know your buttons.
I do know my buttons. I have to get my ammo.
All right. What you need to do is you need to open with rocket launchers on the ones furthest away from you.
I don't know that that's gonna work, but I will try.
Switch to the Bluetooth, and you need to gun through them to get to the health. And once you've got the health, you're gonna turn around.
All right.
And then improvise from there.
All right. Then improvise from there. That sounds easy. Let's hope that it switches directly to the ones that I want it on. All right, let's go.
Test it.
Let's go, bitches. Blah.
Oh God! Get the health. Get the health.
I'm trying. There's still a lot of them.
Still a bit of health too.
I know. I'm trying to run through them. I'm trying to. I'm trying. No, I got stopped.
Well, I think that was the furthest we got through them.
I think it was. All right.
Opening with the rocket launcher was good until you hit one right in front of you.
I don't know that it was good. I think that was the problem. That said, I think the goats might also come from behind me, which I wasn't aware of. I thought it only came from the sides. Anyway, next time.